Welcome and thank you for joining us. My guest today is Joni Huber, the Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Compass Rose Benefits Group. Joni, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So Compass Rose is arguably one of the lesser known companies that's in the FEHB marketplace. Can you tell me a little bit more about how long have you actually been around and what sort of sets Compass Rose apart?
So Compass Rose has been around since 1948, which means we've been serving our members for 75 years. It's our mission to support those employees that are protecting our mission. So those people are out protecting us, so we make it our mission and priority to serve them by making health insurance simple. We're a closed health plan, so we're currently open to the Department of Defense, Intelligence Community, Department of State, and Department of Homeland Security. And we truly advocate for our members when they need us. Members always come first. We put them at the forefront of every decision. When we're in meetings, making different decisions, talking about different options, the member is always first in those conversations. So they truly are important to us and why we do what we do.
So Joni, I know that more FEHB enrollees are soon going to be able to think of Compass Rose as an option for them. Who's becoming eligible for some of your plan options and what motivated that change at Compass Rose?
We are excited to offer our health plan to employees and retirees of the Department of Veterans Affairs starting on January 1st of 2024. Compass Rose, as you know, has been around for 75 years, but we have slowly expanded over those years. So we wanted to make sure we continue to provide the high-touch member experience that our members have come to expect and that they deserve from us. So when deciding if we wanted to open up to another agency, the VA really was an obvious next step. They are working every day to serve our veterans, our American heroes, and we really want to provide the service that we offer as a health plan to those employees that are helping the veterans and their families day in and day out.
Right, and this is pairing with some of the other agencies that you already work with, like the intelligence community, for example. So the VA is an expansion on your current options for employees.
Exactly, yes, an expansion of our current options and really just fits in very nicely with our mission overall to provide those protecting our country and serving our country with the best customer service, the best health plan that we can.
Right, and in addition to expanding eligibility for some of Compass Rose's options, I understand that Compass Rose is also expanding its plan options this year. So tell me what's new that enrollees can consider this open season.
Correct. So we are excited to launch a new health plan option in 2024. It will be called our standard option. So currently we have a high option plan and a Medicare Advantage option. We're thinking long and hard and really wanted to make sure that we were providing coverage for individuals throughout their employment with the federal government. So, really we had the high option that was covering those families and then into Medicare Advantage for retirees, but really for someone who's just starting out in the government with their work and making sure we had coverage available for them. So the standard option will have lower premiums than our high option plan, and it's good for people that just want basic coverage. So we have 100% coverage for preventive care. We will have massage therapy covered under the plan, so 4 visits a year, $100 vision allowance, and then the basic services that they would potentially be looking for in a health plan. So yeah, we're very excited to offer a new option this year. So this will be new for us, but we're excited and think it's a great plan.
Yeah, so you guys have a lot of new changes coming up here. And you mentioned a couple of these, but maybe walk me through some of the unique or less common options that Compass Rose can offer to plan participants.
Right. So as I had mentioned, massage therapy is covered under both plan options. So under our standard option, we provide coverage for up to 4 visits a year. On the high option, we provide up to 12 visits a year. We also provide different programs and health and wellness initiatives that members can participate in to help them, be well and stay well and improve their health overall. We also provide coverage for acupuncture and chiropractic care, which is something that some plans don't cover. So we're excited to offer some of the alternative cares to members that may use them.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've never done acupuncture myself, but it sounds like it could be a fun thing to try out if you go with Compass Rose.
They can try it out, yeah.
And, just talking a little bit more generally about open season here, and what's going on for this year's open season, we know that FEHB participants' share of premiums is going to actually increase by an average of 7.7% for 2024. It's not quite as much as it was for this year, but that is pretty significant still. But at the same time, during open season, you see very few FEHB enrollees actually make changes during open season. It's just about 5% or not even that much. So from your perspective, and just, with the things that we've covered today, why would it be a mistake not to see what's out there?
Sure, I would just say people not looking at their health plan and not seeing what other options are out there, they're really doing a disservice to themselves. So just like their needs may change from year to year, so does the plan. So, just really dig into the plan that you're currently enrolled in. Think about what may be coming up for yourself the next year. You're planning to have a baby or planning to retire, although those are qualifying events for an insurance change. Just, think about what could potentially be coming up in the year that you want to make sure that your current plan covers. And I really encourage people to use OPM's comparison tool because it does do a great job of, based on your zip code, you can put in information about yourself, and then it pulls up plans available to you and compares them nicely. So I just always encourage people to look at more than the premium. So, there may be coverages that you are needing that your current plan does not provide. And for example, maternity coverage on our high option plan, we cover that at 100% for members. So, just really taking a look at what's coming and what your current plan has to offer. And the service as well. So as I've mentioned, we do provide a really high level of concierge type service to our members, which I feel sets us apart. So just people that aren't looking at plans out there during the open season timeframe are doing a disservice to themselves. It's really important that they're doing that. And I will mention, we are seeing an increase in premiums this year, which you mentioned the statistic for federal employees overall, but we saw a decrease in premiums in 2023. So actually, our premiums for 2024 are still lower than they were in 2022. So we're happy to continue to keep a consistent premium for our members.
So that's speaking directly to Compass Rose's premiums versus the overall
Correct.
landscape?
Compass Rose overall, yes.
Yeah. And, I guess you mentioned a couple of things that federal enrollees can keep in mind this open season, things like maternity or other questions that they can ask. I'm curious, for someone who might take the new plan option for Compass Rose, are there certain questions that are specific to maybe younger federal employees who could, what should they be thinking about this open season?
Sure. So I would definitely say look at the network. So for example, our standard option plan covers in-network care only, and I know some of the other, the more standard lower option plans out there are very similar. So just take a look at the network of providers. So we use United Healthcare's Choice Plus network, and it's a very large network nationwide. So really, no matter where they go, where they live, if they're going traveling, they should be able to find a network provider. Also, if their job requires them to travel overseas, or if they just want to travel overseas, we provide coverage for that on all of our options as well. So if a member is overseas and needs care, we reimburse them at the in-network level of care. So just things to think about as they're looking to make their decision.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Joni, thank you so much for sharing more about what Compass Rose has to offer. And thanks for being here today.
Great, thank you for having us.
I'd like to thank today's guest. Joni Huber is the Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Compass Rose Benefits Group. I'm your moderator, Drew Friedman, and you're watching Federal News Network. Now let me send you back to the studio for more on Open Season Exchange.